Downtown Series will be our next event in Need for Speed Underground. And after 13 events, I've now decided it's time for me to change a few things. So I'm gonna put in some sponsors just whilst I'm here, and I'm also gonna do the same on this side. I'll just put a cheeky little sponsor there, and I can probably do the same thing for some of the others. Yeah, I'll put on HKS. Then I can do the same on the other side. Okay. I think that should do it. And I think I'm gonna replace the first vinyl with a manufacturer, just to see how it looks. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Alpine, because that one seems to fit it, and the tier vinyl, I'll just keep that as it is. I should also change the colour of the car whilst I'm here, because, you know, new car, I figure it's time for a few new digs. Sure, this'll work. I think that's meant to be purple. Could be blue, but I think it's meant to be purple. Well, anyway. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't have a new spoiler, do I? Well, might as well put on a new one whilst I'm here. One that does stand out. Oh, that's the only one. Okay, well, I'll just put it on anyway. And I'll also change the colour. Just to which one should I go for? Yeah, let's paint this thing green. Didn't really say there's anything wrong with that. Yes. Because I can actually see the brake rotor. And got no performance upgrades unlocked yet. Yeah, sure, I can save it now. Because I know that the focus is going to be an integral part if I am going to achieve something good in this next one. So here we go, Downtown Series. Pit your ride against 3 tuned up front drivers. Win to add more performance upgrades to your shopping list. So here's the structure, and let's see how we go. Hopefully we will do well, but we'll wait and see. Just having a sip of water there, so I can prepare myself. I also know there's going to be a focus involved, so I did make sure to trade myself in. I made sure to trade in my Civic for one of these because, well, I figured under the circumstances this car would be a better suit for it. And already making my first mistake of the race. But it's fine. We've got 4 laps around each of these tracks. I wouldn't think it's gonna take me too long to catch up to the field. I am glad to say, of course, that I do have a more stable car than the Civic was. I did try using the Civic before, but basically what I discovered was, well, the Civic was just way too unstable. And I think because of its instability, and because of the amount of understeer it had, I decided to trade that in for the Focus. Because I figured the Focus would make my job a bit easier. And so far, so good. And I am already pulling away from the field, in spite of me hitting that pickup truck on the previous lap. I honestly didn't think I was going to be leading by this much, but well, here I am now, and I'm leading by quite a margin at this time, which in essence amazes me. But at least I can say this car is a bit more stable than the Civic was. I was okay with the Civic, but I just knew that if I was going to pull this off, then I was needing a car that could stabilize itself a bit more, and that's precisely what I have here with the Focus. I did also trade in my Civic for this thing in the last episode because I know that the events from here are only going to get harder. I also know I'm going to have to get a thumbnail shot of this thing once I'm done. Which is one of the things I didn't do before starting this. Still, this car just feels a lot better than the Civic, is what I think. It just literally feels that much better for me to just stay in control of. And right now, the results are speaking for themselves, because I am running up front. And this has also made my job a hell of a lot easier than it would have been had I stuck with the Civic. I always knew that was one car I was not going to stay with. Plus, I think if anyone was ever going to ask me over which car I would prefer to drive between a Civic and a Focus, I would easily choose the Focus. Anyways, I win. And I win quite handily as well. By 10 seconds over Pris, Terry was third, and it was Scott who finished in last, in the lone Honda Civic. Well, 8 points to me, and oh, I get some more hood vinyls. Yeah, let's move on. Because I can. I'm also pretty sure this is another 3-race series if I'm not mistaken. And I think we're now at Atlantica for this race. At least I think that's where we are. Anyway, here we go. And this time it was Scott who got the best start off the line. Okay. Well, anyway. Oh, okay. Did not think they were going to shoot to the outside. But anyway. I've already got a win on the board, so I do have a win on the board, so hopefully, if it is possible, I can manage to keep a hold of the points lead from here. Ah, this car just drives so much better than the Civic. It feels like I've just got so much more control now compared to before, aside from me having more speed. It just literally feels that much better, is what I'm saying. But anyway, I digress, as I am continually stretching myself away from the rest of the field, and it looks as though the Focus was clearly the golden choice for this event, because I basically just detached myself from the rest of the field. It basically feels like I'm just running away with this thing now, because of how far ahead I am. I knew that was gonna happen at least once. But anyway, it's fine. Because I am just that far out ahead of everyone else. And it is currently Pris who is in second. Then it is... No, actually, Scott is currently in second. Pris is third, and I don't know where Terry is at. You know, there was one time where Terry was basically driving the best car, and yet now it feels like, out of all of us during this time, it feels like he's driving the worst car because of how far back he is. Well, it must be because I'm using the better Focus, I'd assume. This is just an assumption, by the way. It's not meant to directly or indirectly rule out the AI. But at this stage, I am just running away with this. And some trading costs will be more, but a lot of them, I would say, are pretty cheap. And there we go. Another new best lap time, as well as another win. Terry was just well behind the rest of us. So I beat Scott to the line by 14 seconds, Pris was third, and it was Terry who finished a very distant last. Okay. Anyways, I think this is the final race, as far as I know. And then afterwards we should get some more upgrades. A lot of these are 3 race championships, but other ones are 4 race championships. And so far, I have done 2. Well, they're called tournaments in this game, but you know what I mean. Anyways. I've got my 2 wins now, so all I need to worry about now is basically finishing better than last, is what I think. Oh, and I think Terry just wrecked himself, and now I've wrecked myself. And now I am at the back. Oh well. I've already got 2 wins on the board already, so I've pretty much got the championship. Well, I've pretty much got the title itself clinched as long as I can finish in 3rd or better. And then, I think afterwards, everything should be okay. I've also established that this car seems to handle bumps a lot better than the Civic does. Is what I've noticed. And now I'm right behind the leaders again. As I'm pushing Scott, and basically I pushed Pris into an accident. Probably because he was holding me up. Well, anyway. Around the outside of that delivery van so I don't hit him. And now, I just gotta make sure I stay right where I need to be. And the delivery truck is up there. And right now, I'm out in front and pulling away. Probably because my car is literally that much better. It's probably because my car is literally that much better than the AI, so... Well, good thing I managed to eke out an advantage. Over the rest of the field whilst I was pulling away. Now I just gotta hope I don't make the same mistake I did before. I'm gonna pretend that didn't just happen. Well, there goes any hope of getting the race win. I think the hope I now have of getting the race win is probably gone. Unless whatever happens to the leader is something dire. Well, at least I can say this car is a lot more stable than the Civic was. It just seems to handle getting over bumps a lot better than the Civic does. Because this is a pretty bumpy road, I'm not gonna lie. I think I've just handed over the win. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Fuck my ass. And now I am last. Yep. That just had to happen. I was literally throwing a block, and then basically as a result we both wrecked ourselves. Well, at least there's 4 laps in this thing, so... Well, looks like this is going to be where my win streak ends, but... At least I can say... At this time... It's not always worth it to be doom and gloom. And those 2 guys just went past us for the race lead. God, why can my throat just not stay in place? Fucking hell. Yeah, I don't think I'm catching the leaders now. Oh well, it's fine. I already got the event won, so it's not like I'm gonna be fussed about it. Not quite the sweep, but again, there was a lot that happened in that race. And I think if I didn't hit that pickup truck, I might have won the race, but sadly I didn't. But that's okay, because I still got the title overall. I still won the downtown series, basically. So weight reduction, suspension, and nitrous. And we get the stadium circuit, and we also get Atlantica reverse. Okay. No, not quite the ending. Not quite the ending I was wanting, but it's okay because, well, we've still got some time to make up. And we have a time trial to do next. And so with that, stay tuned for more of Underground.